I just think like TikTok has made this cancel culture thing, and I think they've genuinely just run out of people that deserve it.
I've seen people who are like
Dude.
proud
Like,
of
I
it.
feel like
people
most-
are like, Gen Z's so
I low-key
awesome. We
think
just cancel
people
whoever we want whenever we want. Like whoever we want whenever we want. We cancel
I was
them,
gonna say,
and we get
bro.
to use fairy emojis. And we should make a whole nation like called different stan groups and stuff. It's like, dude, you guys are proud of this? Like
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure they just do it. They just do it
I
for
genuinely
fun.
think some of them
like
do.
they just do it
No,
to
no,
enjoy
'cause
the. No,
I
dude.
think there's a difference between stan accounts and like the type of people we're talking about, though. Like
Alright,
okay, I feel like
stans
stan
and-
accounts is too vague now. Cause like, listen, if I really love the Misfits and I make an account to post Misfits highlights, like that's
Right.
different than being like a stan
No, that's
account
true.
in the way that they're just like a
yeah,
blind
but see, like,
mob.
what's the new name for them then? Like,
I think we just need to call them like.
I don't
just-
know.
I don't know.
I don't think we really
I
need
don't
to put
know,
a name on it,
but
to
like,
be honest. I think maybe just the stans is just the fanatic people who just blindly follow somebody. I think their whole problem, like just like that whole canceled thing, is nowadays everybody wants to be so politically correct all the time and they never want to say something that's like politically could be interpreted as politically incorrect, like no matter what. Anything you say just has to be completely like neutral or like you know what I mean?
no.
Like,
I
and
get
so
it.
anytime somebody says
I
something
don't-
that
But
just
here's the
doesn't
thing, though.
exactly meet like whatever they're expecting on the bar, they're just like, dude, this isn't acceptable. We have to cancel this guy.
But here's the thing, though. We're at the point where it's like, yeah, maybe like hardcore Twitter stans gave that the big push that started it, but we're getting to the point where it's like, it's literally just random people hopping on a fucking bandwagon as soon as they can.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, it's almost like everyone's afraid to not hate on somebody once it's the person to hate. Because if you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't think they deserve it, then like
Then you
everybody's
get
like, whoa,
fucking
you're a bad
swarmed.
person.
Dude,
Da-da-da-da.
sometimes
Like,
people are
yeah,
like,
bro.
we're canceling this guy, and if you still support this person after we cancel them, then we're going to cancel you too.
You're canceled too. It's
Jeez,
like,
dude. Like, am I not allowed to have my own opinion?
You're like, sorry? Yeah, dude. It's just weird. It's weird, dude.
and it freaks you out. And I feel like that's how people start apologizing before they really need to.
Yeah, that's probably the cycle. Is they're like, I really don't want to get caught up in this mess, so I'm just going to get my apology out of the way before I even get in trouble.
I was watching an Impulsive podcast, and James Charles said he was like that first one he made that everyone said was ass. He was in like Australia or something, just vibing, and he woke up to it all happening, and that's why it was so garbage.
And it
I'm
probably
like,
catches
well,
a lot of people by
I mean,
surprise, and then
I would have folded too.
No, like it probably catches a ton of people by surprise, and then they go into like panic attack mode, and they go into like
Well, because you're just suddenly
Right,
flooded with
and, like,
comments.
you just like
you're
your
fucking
instincts
getting
just tell you to like
destroyed on the
react
internet.
immediately and just do something about this now to just at least calm it down a little bit, and then that's when you push out a trash
Right, that's what
apology,
I'm
and then
saying,
it makes it
and
worse.
That's why I'm like, all right, well, how how is it really someone's fault for making a trashy apology depending on how they took it?
I really think like Slazo, for example, played it really well. Like,
He played
I think
well.
that he is a perfect example of what you should do when you're getting canceled and you know what you're getting canceled for is fake and like stupid. Is he kind of went off the radar for a little bit, which a lot of people kind of got sus of it at first because
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
what
okay,
I'm
maybe he's
saying.
guilty. But then he took that time off, calmed down, you know, like didn't get worked up. He probably was freaking out, obviously, because anyone would freak out when that kind of whole internet is against you.
I think you're
But
connecting the dots, Dom. I think you're connecting
he calmed
the dots.
down, you know, took his time, structured a response, and it wasn't necessarily it was somewhat of an apology, but it was more just like of a response, just, you know, telling everyone like why everything is just fake. And then he put it out, and it was really good, and he got everybody back, and he flipped it onto 𝗢𝗢𝗏,
And
you know.
that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm like, okay. I feel like that's how it all should really be, because after people started getting on him for it, he just kind of went MIA for a while.
Yeah.
And then came back with the response, and it was like, oh,
Like,
all right.
I think it would have been really like, obviously people weren't really happy when he disappeared for 2 months, when all these accusations were floating around. But I think that is better than, okay, he addresses it within
a really
waking up
shitty
and seeing it,
apology
and then the
off the
first
bat
hour he makes some trash response, and it's
fucked.
like, that's worse
Yeah.
in my opinion, even though you respond faster.
I don't know, but I genuinely think what's starting to happen now is that they're just out of people that like really, really deserve it. Like, I feel like most people that I see getting canceled now, it's like a stretch, bro. Like, I'm like,
It's
really?
like slowly
Like,
becoming
this is
more
it?
and more of a stretch. As like the nature one is the biggest one so far.
Like the nature one, they were like, wow, he really doesn't like nature.
He's
like,
nature
what
phobic.
are you talking about? Yeah, like,
Whoa.
you guys hear yourselves talking.
He's
like,
ecophobic,
what?
guys. We have to cancel him.
It's like, all right, dog, calm down. It's like, I know you want to be powerful and everything. Gen Z trying their hardest to feel important and everything, but Jesus Christ, it's not that
I was
deep.
thinking about tweeting something
Never has
like,
been.
I'm extremely arachnophobic, and just seeing if people try to cancel me. And then they look up the definition of arachnophobic, and it's like fear of spiders, you know? And everyone's like, oh.
I hope
Yeah.
not. That would
Because I
be a
guarantee you,
new
some people
low.
just see phobic, and they're like, oh, cancel time. Like, you know what I mean? They don't even like. They just think that that's just. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
that's just normal.